Upendo, welcome to another episode of MaNaPaTau Chronicles. Thank you very much for joining us today. Guys, please, we need those subscribers. We need those subscribers. Keep on subscribing. Subscribe tafadhali.
Je, kwa nini hausubscribe?
By the way, wajua kusubscribe ni free. Haulipishwi chochote. Bonyeza hapo subscribe na pia weke post notification on ili wakati tutakuwa na posti zingine utaweza kupata notification hivyo nange.
Ama kweli na repeat, it is free.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Anyway guys, thank you for those who are already here. Thank you for joining us. Yes, look at the madam and the collarbones. She's very happy.
Thank you, love.
Because she's lost a lot of weight. Why were you telling me things like, Marto, kwa nini uko kiniambia wakati nilikuwa nimenona?
Ndio uko unaniambia.
So, gentlemen, tell me how this conversation would have gone. Babe, umenona?
Of course ungeisema hivyo. Unaisema with nini some pieces.
Please tell me how. Wekeni hapo kwa comments below. How does a man tell his woman that amenona or that gain weight? Is there a way on earth? Is there a way for men to tell women that they have gained weight?
Even significant other. I mean, this is the 21st century. We are not. Of course, it would hurt, but there's a way to say, babe, umenona. There's a way you could have told me, hey, mama, tumeenda tukapima weight, tukaona uko 98 kgs. Maybe we should look into getting active. Maybe we should look into eating healthier.
Do you know, I feel
now that the baby is no longer breastfeeding, maybe we should space out the meals. You know, there's a way you could have done it.
You know, I feel we're having this conversation now because I did not tell you that. If I told you that, I feel this conversation would have been very different. Those words ideally would be quote-unquote criticism. But mama, you are not good at taking criticism. And I say this with a lot of love and care. You are not good at taking criticism. And I think it's every woman. You ladies are not good at taking criticism. So mimi unaniambiaga wewe hiyo kitambi yako enda gym enda uitoe.
Please. That's a lie. That's a lie. Sijai kuambia ati kitambi yako.
Babe.
This is what I usually say.
Mama.
Hata nakuwa nikipapasa nikisema na babe nikupikia vizuri umenona.
Is the lies.
Nasema.
The lies.
It's the lies for you.
The lies. The pain of the lies.
Listen.
The lies.
I don't tell him that he's lying. Mimi usema babe na ninapika vizuri na katambi kametokelezea. Wacha nitafuta gym mpaka na gym kwa hiyo mix.
Oh my god.
Na gym kwa hiyo mix. Nasema nitafuta gym, we go and work out together. Why?
Because what she's saying happened is what happened with me. Sometime after she was expectant and then of course because of kunyonyesha mtoto lazima angekula a lot of njahe na supu ya bone marrow inaitwaje oxtail soup alikunywa mingi sana.
Yeah, it was almost 100 kgs.
Yeah, okay. Akisema ni sawa, she was 98. And we are not saying that there is anything wrong with being that heavy. For as long as you're okay and you can handle it and it does not cause any health issues. Uliamka ukasema Matt, nilipia gym, nililipa. Mimi nikasema mama, shika, enda kwa gym. And she actually did very well, and that is from where the weight started going a bit lower. The reason why I'm saying she does not know how to take criticism is I'm an actor. Sisi tumezoea kuambiwa, no, that is bad. Change that. That is crap. Some have gone into depression. Not everybody knows how to handle such harshness. Mimi nimeweza kuhandle harshness, okay? That's on another level. That's on another level. I'm not saying that you come at me, please don't come at me. I'm a sensitive soul. But madam here. Madam here. Mama, my babe, my sugar plum. Hey! Taking criticisms. Criticisms. Hey!
Taking criticism.
Wacha hata tu mimi. Juzi hapa tu mtu amepost kwa page yetu. Amepost kakitu.
Gosh, you're going there.
Mtu amepost kakitu. Amesema kitu ambayo she did not agree with. Wacha mutaratara wa maneno uanilishiwe.
If someone comes on our page for something that Marto tulishoot hiyo kitu for more than 12 hours.
True.
Like it took a lot from us. And then somebody just comes on our page and comments that we are copying, sort of alluding to, I won't mention the person because that's not the truth. Alluding to our style of content is copied or lifted off of some other content creator. And I felt strongly to defend us, to defend our brand, because that is a direct attack at our brand. When somebody says you're copying somebody else, it's a direct attack at you. I said, I'm act. I would have the fact comment. I said LOL and moved on. You know, such things. Such things, we would have moved on. But when you come and directly tell us that we are copying our style or copying somebody else, how we do our stuff, and yet those characters have been on our page for a long time, I really did feel the need to vehemently put him in his place so that nobody else, people learn how to come correct to us. Ndio mwenye atapitia comments ajaribu attempt auliza similar comment hapo juu akipata response atajua to come correct.
No, mimi ninaona tu ni mtu tu anaongea tu upuzi, tamuignore na ataenda nyumbani. Lakini she felt otherwise because she felt attacked. A criticism feels like an attack to her. Self-assessment and truth. Because people are here for truth, okay?
You're putting me on the spot.
Today we said is your sport day. Do you think and do you honestly feel that you take criticism well?
To some extent, no. To some extent, yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on our channel. Till the next episode of MaNaPaTau Chronicles, we are out.
Listen,
She's accepted.
There's a story behind it.
Because for this, if one day, Mama, you'll cook nice food. Oh, I'll tell you amazing food. Fantastic. Great. You will ask, after I've already told you, you will ask, and I'll tell you it's fantastic. And then you'll ask again, and I'll tell you because that's one of your love languages, words of affirmation, okay? And I will tell you, and I will not deny you that. Even if you ask 10 times, after I've only put the first spoon in my mouth. I'm not like even if you ask like 20 times and I've just put the second spoon in my mouth, I will still give you that because that's your love language. Okay? Fine. Wacha chakula itokee tu, haiko tu, sawa tu, for example tu. Wewe mwenyewe utakuja umejitandika kiboko na uwekelee meza useme, nina feel hii haiko sawa. From what we have established between the two of us, your expectation from me is not to gas you up. That we've established between the two of us.
This is not that kind of relationship.
Not to gas you up. Because I can gas you up and tell you, it's okay, it's fine, no.
But you can gas me up and tell me I look cute.
Always and forever. Cutest girl. Dark skin girl. My pearl. So,
digress.
I will eat the food. I will enjoy it. I will spice it up if I need to so as to make it good. But you will expect me to tell you, haiko sawa.
The truth.
Lakini anataka hivyo. Lakini nikimwambia atatoka hapo amesulk. Atavaa nguo. I always think it's a test. I always fail at this test. We are going somewhere. I've given her like 3 days of advance notice. Itavaa nini? Till the day, at the time when we were supposed to leave. Bado ni, itavaa nini? Haya, apate kitu ya kuvaa. Then aulize, hii iko aje? Nimwambie, si unaweza try tu hivi. amekach atatoa hiyo arudi kwa ile alikuwa amevaa ya kwanza na tutoke atwende sira kitu kingine ninaweza pata. And it's mostly from
the last time I bought clothes was before I got married.
Wow, unanichoma.
For real. But no. I know, this is
boy child, no. You can't say before you got married. This one, so you got to after we got. Wait,
this one was for Nini for
pregnancy. Baby bump shoot.
We have established already in kwa channel yetu. We are not people of lots of means, and right now we're just coming above water. Our heads are like, whew. There's a time we were really bad financially. Half of 2018, the second half, and 2019. So we don't know about shopping sprees. We don't know about getaways. We don't know about all these things. We haven't experienced stuff together, just the two of us, because we have been parents for the largest part of our relationship, and we have been forced to live way below our means, so that most of our monies goes to thinking about Marcus's food, Marcus's clothes, Marcus's education, because he's going to go to school next year. Hopefully corona itakuwa imeisha.
Tumekaza mushipi.
Hence I have not gone to any shopping spree since I got married.
No, but there's like we got you some Gikomba clothes when you
exactly. And
I also got Gikomba clothes.
And those ones we got because I was going back to work after kunyonyesha. I had put on so much weight. Nguo zilikuwa zinanitoshea. So I had to revamp my wardrobe. I had to revamp my wardrobe. And because the only money we could afford, the only clothes we could afford is a gikosh, that's what we went for. And that's okay, that's fine, because hapo ndipo kwenye tuko in life sahi. That doesn't mean 10 years to come tutakuwa hapa in life.
True.
God atakuwa ametu bless, ametu uplift, because from then ametu uplift from that point na tuko in a better place sahi. Surely it's the same God who's going to be faithful to elevate us even further. So I mean, the reason why I find it so difficult to find clothes to wear for our events is because this guy comes and tells me, na mbona hanipatiangi anajidanganya hapa ati 3 days notice. This guy is the same guy who tells me in the morning, and by the way, we're supposed to go this such and such place in the afternoon. I'm like, what? In those isolated instances where he remembers and gives me a few days notice, which is most times one day, I sit down, I look at my closet on my limited clothing, choose a few ninis, a few clothes or dresses that najua zinaweza work for that event. Then on the day, I wear them to seek validation and affirmation, despite me already having doubts in my mind whether I look good for the day.
But you'd still expect me to tell you the truth. Yeah. So you see, the words of affirmation, one thing. Truth, another thing.
But you see,
because you see what's worse is utoke hapo, uende nje, uonekane, hey, huyu bibi ya Marto, kuna vile amethrow wood and not in a good way. Do you need a mchango Marto? Yes. Nambari ya M-Pesa ndio hiyo hapo. Munaweza nitumie kakitu kwa paybill.
Anyway, so okay, it doesn't negate the fact that the truth hurts, you know, in as much as akisema I'm seeking for validation and affirmation, and I'm met with the truth that I don't really look good. And then at the same time, I don't have very many options. It takes me back to a point of frustration and kujirudisha, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do?
That I understand. And though at times you complain that I draw parallels between you and me. Mimi ukiniambia hii shati ni mbaya,
do you know uko na options? Yeah.
Okay, so let's say probably the thing is you would know my options. I wouldn't know your options.
I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah, you know my options. You know all my clothes. Mimi nitakuwa na tu
kaipwa. Another option. Na sasa sina option. Hiyo yenye nimevaa was actually the best of the things that I thought.
And even what I would think is a good option would not necessarily work.
Be my option, you know? So vile unasema kachi
22. But then again, what really shocks me and surprises me at times is how far it throws you from here. umetoa hiyo nguo, umesema hata sivai kitu yote, heri niende nikiwa noa.
It comes from somewhere. It stems from somewhere because I do believe we are a product of our environment.
Yeah.
Which basically is, for the large part, is our childhood. Because we just got into adulthood, we are still adulting, we are still trying to figure out this thing called adulthood. So our childhood sort of shapes us and how we deal with things emotionally. So in my case, I had a sort of, I don't want to say weird childhood, but the dynamics that surrounded my childhood have made me not inept, have made me the way I am.
Just a quick summary, both raised by our moms, a better part of our lives.
Yeah.
We know our dads, but they've not been present in our lives physically. They've been present for financial support, but they've not been present for, physical and emotional connections, if I might put it that way. So,
my mom's a single mom. She became a single mom quite early. I think I was 2, and they separated with my dad, and my dad went his way. He moved out of the country. My mom akabaki hapa. And on top of that, of her being a single mom, she was also sort of mwenye alikuwa ameshikilia familia yake. She's not a woman of means because my mom's a nurse. They're not paid $1 million as they should be paid. So
now is when it is very clear that they should be paid very well.
Yeah. So ako in a situation where she's a single mom and all that. So she constantly, and I don't fault her for this, I probably would have done the same being in the situation that she was in with a limited understanding. So she always drummed it in me, Christina, I don't have money to give you. Your father is not present. Please work hard in school. Pass your exams and you will do well in life. Because my mom is from the generation where
hard work and determination is the key to success. I remember that in Isiolo Hekima Primary School ilikuwa imechorwa kwa blackboard kwanza class 8 mwaka yote. Kulikuwa na Steven Mutuma and Thomas Mbuvi were the calligraphists in the class. Walikuwa wanachora every single week. Wanachora hard work and determination is the key to success. Hard work and mimi nilikuwa
hard work kama ulikuwa mchezo tu.
Mimi I was the official blackboard prefect. So it was my job to ensure they have drawn that every single day.
Anyway, so my mom is from that, and we are not saying hard work doesn't equate success, but it's not the reality.
It's not the exact formula.
It's not the end all be all.
It's not an exact science.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, for her, that is her world, and she was like, Christina, you failing your exams is not acceptable in this house. So I grew up with that kind of pressure. I really
a student, head girl.
Watu wa kangaroo school walikuwa atuchapa na hockey sticks during fight.
Mimi hatujawahi wachapa nyinyi.
Kama umetoka kangaroo school na unawachi vida. Hebu comment hapo chini and say we are sorry. Ulituchapa na hockey sticks.
Mimi from my year we were all gentlemen. We were very nice gentlemen. My cousin was in your school and even your best friend, though I did not know at the time. So I would not do anything to harm you.
Kujitetea bure. Kangaroo school, comment hapo chini na useme we are sorry.
Continue.
So I grew up with this pressure of I need to work hard and help out my mom because largely I wasn't even working hard for myself. Nakumbuka tu sijui kaji mlimba hii song. Mikono yangu sikiliza mama wewe nikwambie kitu. Mikono ndungu wewe mwenzi kufanyaka. Wakini mpenzi mama wewe nitakuwa mkubwa. Nitakusaidia na wewe pumzike. I used to sing that song for her because I took it upon myself to help out my mother. She was under so much pressure and inadvertently it was transferred to me as well. So I grew up with this sort of notion I need to be a perfect child. To be a perfect child equates being well behaved and excelling in school.
Yeah.
There's that situation where I don't know who my father is, but we later reconnected when I was 11 years old. I went to Uganda and I got a culture shock. I got a culture shock because I'm coming from, I don't want to say poor, but my akina madhe wali struggle. Thank God Mungu amekuwa so faithful. They are not where they were back then. But back then things were so bad. So from that to moving now to Uganda, people who wamesoma. My grandfather made sure all his 17 children went to school and he really molded them. Like when I look at my uncles and aunties from that side, when I look at my uncles and aunties, Yeah, he wasn't a very rich man. But there's a way he brought up those children. Akina dad,
17.
You saw that side of the family, those guys are well off.
So where did your fear for criticism
come from? Now it's stemmed. That's how it started. Already it has been growing from Kitambo. For me to be a good child, I need to do well and excel. I have to be perfect. So I moved to this side and I see the way how well off they are. I'm like, okay, maybe this is the reason why my dad is not here anymore with us, or the reason why he turned his back. Because he said, yeah, Made atukopwa. So I really need to work hard, because according to Made, working hard in school, passing is equal success, and I want to be successful. And also the fact that he reinforced, the fact that he celebrated my excellence in school reinforced that notion and idea that is the reason why he loves me, or that is the reason why he even wants to be around me. So
you attach praise to love.
No, I attach praise to perfection. Yes, I attached praise to love, to perfection.
Yeah, and then the opposite of it, criticism to hate.
Or rejection.
I
have a serious fear of rejection. That's why I think this is my first real relationship. When somebody criticizes me or points out something that I haven't done correctly, I automatically connect it to something is wrong with me. Like there's something wrong with me. When something is wrong with me, my whole being is wrong. It just feels wrong. I feel wrong. I feel like, why did you do that? Like in my head, already I'm so self-critical. He knows this. I'm so self-critical. Like I am a perfectionist. I want things to be perfect to the 10th. Already that is happening internally. So when somebody else says it, you're reinforcing the negative voices in my head that translate to something is wrong with me inherently as a person, that I am not what I did is wrong, but something is wrong with me, the person, which equates to you're going to reject me because you're going to realize I'm not so perfect after all.
But you already know where it stems from. You already know how it began.
It's just now that I'm realizing.
Now that you're realizing.
When I'm older.
Yeah. So
it
Mama,
has forced a lot of self-reflection.
Are we then saying that parents are to blame for who their children grow up to become?
Which now brings me to the point. But that has nothing to do with it, because that is a crutch.
Because this
is a crutch, and it's sort of an excuse to blame your whole life's choices
on somebody else.
That is very unfair to him, because
yes, you are right when you said that we are a sum total of our environment, our upbringing, yes. But there are things that as an adult you should be able to set for yourself. For as long as umejua kuna alternative, kuna option, you have the choice. You can choose at that point to change, and you can't say that it's so hard because that's the only way you've known. The only time you can't change anything is when you're dead. But for as long as you are alive, you can change things, because we are now adults. There are some choices that we are making also because of the factors that surround us, and definitely they will affect our son in one way or another. Now I look back and see, I would also blame my dad and say, why did he leave and go to the UK when he'd have just, what was so wrong with trying to find work in Kenya
and stay with his children?
And
I know.
Mama. Thank you, Mama.
Mama.
Anyway, why didn't he do that? Then I find myself, I am not going out of the country, but there are days I will leave early in the morning, I've not seen my child. I'll come back late in the evening, he's already gone to bed. Or even if when I come back in the evening, I just need to lock myself in the office and continue working. By the time I'm done, he's asleep. So I'm still not present with him. These are the decisions that I have to make so that he can afford to at least live.
Do you now understand your dad better?
No, I definitely understand my dad. I definitely understand my dad. I cannot fault him for anything. Whatever other choices he made for himself, having another family and all that, that's on him. That is on him.
His life.
That is his life, yes. I will not say I blame him for anything that is happening to me. Yes, there was a time I went through a very bad patch in my life. I wished and I hoped and I really wanted to have my dad to be the person I speak to about it, so that we can talk about this stuff like men, like man to man. But he did not grow up with me. He does not understand me. He does not have the capacity.
Know what to say
exactly,
to
he doesn't have the. So I really blamed him, and I really held that grudge. And I said, by the way, I am a wounded soldier, and the person who has wounded me is my father. Then eventually, when I called out the man in myself, I realized, wait, I am responsible for my own choices. The circumstances that I have lived through, they have brought me to this point. Yeah. But now I'm at the point of awareness, that I'm fully aware and that I know, aha, so this is what I can do, this is what I can choose to do. Yes, our parents did their job.
They did their job the best way that they could with what they had and what they knew. I mean, the kids grow up with the notion that your parents are perfect. Are these perfect beings who do no wrong, who shouldn't disappoint you, like who now are holding such a high pedestal. Like, but then you grow up and you see these people who are beings like you.
Yeah.
They had a set of circumstances.
Like right now, how old is Marcus?
He's 3.
Marcus is 3. You're turning 30, and I'm turning 33. Yeah. So that means we actually
3.
Yes, 3.
What does that mean, honey?
Is the universe is with us.
Oh God.
Yeah. So well, that means then we got him at least when 7 years from now. 7 years from now, I'll be 40.
Yeah.
He'll be 10. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be 40. He'll be 10. When I was 10, because my mom had me when she was 21. So
that was young.
She was young, and my dad was 31 because they have a 10-year difference between the two of them. Add the factor that back then they were not as exposed as we are now.
Yeah.
So the mistakes they would make are even more, and they are massive, and like. You can't blame them, man.
You can't. So
you can't blame your dad for being top in a kavi baya.
No, I know. That is so. It feels so crutchy, like a crutch, like an excuse, like I'm refusing to grow up and face real issues. It's because of my dad that, I'm not saying that there wasn't a real impact there. But now that I am aware, I have grown up and I know I can change. I am empowered to change. I'm really trying to work on that, and I love my dad so much right now. I totally understand him now that I'm grown up and I'm big, and I understand how complicated relationships can be. And I can't even imagine now there was a child involved. You're not even in your own country where you can call on your brother or Nini or mom or dad for advice. I totally put myself in his shoes and I understand why it was easier to leave. Not because he doesn't love me, not because he didn't have the capacity. I understand. And he was 30 when he had me. I think he was 30. And my mom was 26. Now that I am 30, and especially I hope he wasn't in the headspace that I am right now. I feel like I haven't, like, my life is all over the place.
Like one day in this adulting that is a lie, one day life just zipped open and then, wow, this is life.
I know.
You're like, wait, what? What happened to the days when you binge watch some episodes on Showmax? What happened to those days?
Anyway, so I'm just trying to put myself in his headspace because that is where I'm at right now. Unfortunately, this birthday will be the most confused birthday for me because I'm like, if you look at my stomach, it's like a zip unfolded and life happened. I'm really trying to figure things out and I'm struggling. So I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes, trying to figure life out. On top of that, you have a new baby. On top of that, you have just elewani na your spouse. You have to break up. You have to now look for money because the reason why he left the country was to look for money. He went to Botswana to work because they were paying him better than the hospitals here in Kenya. So there is that part.
Than the hospitals here in Kenya. Yani hatujachoka kusikia hiyo.
So there's that situation where nikasema dem haile inaenda kutafuta. I appreciate them so much more now and I totally understand them. I understand where they come from and I love my parents so much. I understand you and I don't blame you for an iota.
The fact that you are alive now, the fact that you're alive now and you have gotten the chance to understand life as you are living it, they have done their job.
They've done their job.
That is their responsibility. That is their responsibility.
Mommy and Daddy,
yes.
Well done.
Even for me, mom and dad, Amazing.
I'm at the point where I'm unlearning so many things. I'm like, huh? Why that doesn't make sense?
We're not ignoring the fact that there are some parents who have had an actual hand in making the lives of their children miserable. Yes, we're not talking about that.
This is now based on our experience.
Yeah, but we do understand there are those parents who've intentionally done it. Some it's not been intentional.
And some it's been intentional.
Some not intentional, some circumstantial, some exposing their children to things.
Serious trauma.
Like trauma. Let me that word, trauma. I don't think we are at the space where we can say we were traumatized.
No, we don't have any traumatic childhood experiences.
Yeah, and thank God for that.
Thank God. If you're whatever kind of trauma you're going through, I would advise try and do the work.
Yeah.
Try and unpack that trauma, because I don't call mine trauma, I want to call mine a trait. Had I not tried to do the work just recently, why am I like this? Like, why does it take me so down? Someone tells me, Christina, I had to unpack and do the work and find out what exactly is going on. And with trauma, you can't do that on your own.
Oh, you have to seek professional help.
Yes.
Or to some of you who have their religious leaders who have also trained, because you can't also just talk to anyone, because you need somebody who has the capacity to receive what you're giving them, digest it, and then give you something that will help you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And may God just come through for you in your situation. I can't even say I understand what you're going through, but God will come through for you.
The conclusion is
kuni criticize. No, that is unrealistic.
No.
The conclusion is I'm working on it. I'm doing the work.
Yeah.
And I mostly kuna zingine zita slip away usinikasirikie.
It's okay.
Zingine I will catch myself and be like, okay, Christina, you're tripping, you are doing that thing again, and I'll try, and as long as I recognize it, I am working on it.
Awesome. And also, our parents are not to blame.
Not at all.
In our case, our parents are not to blame for who we are. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us on MaNaPaTau Chronicles this week. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. Like, comment, share. If you like this video, please comment. Tell us what you think. What are your experiences? Let us engage. Let us talk. Find us on our channels that I'm sure have been displaying themselves somewhere around here very many times. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.